Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be doing the new Ragnarok 5 on Svartalfheim. We will be speaking about some of the other updates that are coming in the future, but just for right now, let's just get straight into it. This is the tree that we are using. We do have a lot of poison damage and fire damage as well. Where did my cursor go? That decided to leave me, but anyway, we got poison damage over there, fire damage over there, a lot of combat nodes, but let's get straight into it. We are going to be playing on Amaranth on Ragnarok 5. Let's see how well we can do. This is no joke. The Ragnarok 5 on Jotunheim is really difficult. We are going to be running Skog as well as Chili, so that's why we do go the poison as well as the that's why we went for poison as well as the fire damage, and hopefully we can see where it takes us. We are hopefully going to just have a very successful run going on over here, and we will level up RV as well, just because, having ourselves that extra bit of damage or also the XP gain from RV is fantastic to have. But we did land up picking up a mighty bow, which is nice and beautiful for the beginning, but again, focusing on poison and all of that. Otherwise, you could go for your pea sprouts, which is everyone's normal favorite, my usual favorite as well, but I thought we'd try something a bit different with a poison fire setup as well. A lot of the time you pick up those fire relics and the poison relics anyway, so why not capitalize on all of that damage? But some things that have changed with Jotunheim itself since the update is that we, got the Ragnarok, which is fantastic, but the boss's health on Ragnarok 4 and 5 did get reduced. So the overall HP got a bit of a nerfing, which is fantastic. Then we've also got a bit of a nerfing to the rage bar for bosses. It does happen a lot slower now than it previously did, which was a much needed change. Some of those rage meters were really scary, so having them happen a lot slower is going to give us a little bit of breathing room over there. The next thing is that Giganticism got a nerf to it. I'm not sure how big of a nerf it is. I don't really like to play with Giganticism or Ultra Speed on. We do have the Ultra Speed one though, because I'm not too worried when we're playing on the Summoner. But on other characters, it is something you do need to be quite wary of, and going from there. So we're going to go for poison area. That's perfect. We do want to grab ourselves this over here as also we can start getting all those green hearts, and hopefully grabbing something like the green crystal will be an exceptional find for us. But otherwise we should be in a really good place right now in terms of just overall damage for us. And we were lucky to get those final 3 legendary upgrades on the last level as well. So we're in a good place. We're happy right now. We can go see what all the shrines have. And those are the changes to Jotunheim. The braziers are, sorry, I don't think I mentioned it, but what they do is remove the curse a lot faster now. If I did mention it, sorry guys, I'm just saying it again. So the braziers got a bit of a buff. They removed the curse a lot faster than they did previously, and the developers did change the curse to maybe not feel as inhibiting as they have previously. I don't really see a number change to it. It's still 5 stacks of the curse and they still have the exact same numbers to it, so I'm not sure what changed about it. But all I know is that the curse does get removed a lot faster now when you are standing by the braziers, which is a very nice change, especially with the first and final, well, not even the final boss, just the first boss with her movement speed and her dashing around the place. It definitely does make it a lot easier to fight her now. Okay, so that's that change. Next, we've got some updates coming to challenge mode. They did add some rewards to it, so you get 500 extra seeds for every time you first complete the daily. So that is in the beta still. Daily challenges is a beta thing still. If you do want to have access to it, you are going to have to be part of the beta platform, which everyone can access anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. You just got to follow the instructions on either the Steam community pages for it or on the Discord beta access or beta information tabs. Other than that, We do have a custom mode coming on the roadmap. We don't have too many details about the custom mode, so I'm not 100% sure what it's all about, but that is very exciting things. Just the prospect of it, the sound of having a custom mode sounds very, very exciting, and can't wait to see what it is that it is going to bring and what custom things we can get going in the game. So that will be quite cool. And the challenge mode that brought out the reward, sorry, I was meant to say, is that you also get a gnocchi badge for every time you complete the daily challenge, and it's only one per daily challenge, obviously, so you can't, rack up a lot of them. You got to just keep doing the daily challenge. They don't really have anything besides for like a visual touch to them as of yet. I have asked the devs about it, but we haven't received an answer just yet because, they haven't been on when I asked the question. But hopefully they will have some form of, reasoning behind them in the future, and they're not just there as like an NFT sort of thing where they just count as, oh look, I've got this many, because it's not like you can kind of show people, unless you're like me, where I can show you guys, oh, I've got like 1,000 of these dailies, whereas if they did something in the game, it would be quite cool. But we don't know anything more than you're just able to get a badge from the dailies right now. But a badge is something nonetheless, and you get to collect them for each and every daily that you now complete. But again, that's just something that's down in the beta, and again, you are able to get excited for the custom mode that is coming out, but it will only be introduced once the developers are happy with the daily challenges, and daily challenges is fully released on the live version. Then they'll be looking at the custom mode as well. We've also got a new stage incoming, as well as new heroes, as well as some upgrades to the Yggdrasil tree to look forward to in the future as well. So quite a lot of content still coming in the future weeks for our June roadmap, and the first thing being on the 1st of June being the custom mode going to live, hopefully, if everything runs smoothly for it. But otherwise, some really nice things to look into over there. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of nice relics coming for poison damage happening over here, but we are going to go and put some summoning stone magic happen over there, and put some points into our damage over here, and then put some points into poison damage over here for Skog as well. Oh, excuse me. I still do have a slight cough. Still a bit sick, but definitely 100 times better than what I was previously. So, show must go on. I do need to get better. My medication is nearly finished. And let's go take a look at what our next shrines can offer us. Alright, food. Porridge, give us some more blue hearts. We are happy to receive blue hearts here, just because they are going to increase our damage because of having the blue crystal. So not a bad thing to grab as many blue hearts as possible. But we do have our green bracelet as well. I don't know if it will rewrite the blue hearts or not. It is supposed to, but in this case we don't really want it to, because we want to keep as many blue hearts as possible. So hopefully it can just rewrite the red hearts and not the blue hearts. But it is what it is, and it will just do whatever it's doing, and we just gotta kind of go with it. But anyway, this is the boss. You really don't want to have less movement speed than her. We do have one curse level, but the boss is dead, so we're in a good spot. We can grab that, we can grab this. I don't think we need anything life-wise. We can just grab this and get a legendary upgrade on something. What? Sindri? Oh my goodness. Okay, reroll. And we got some... cooldown on Mighty Bow is not too bad, but let's get rid of the Sindri's sword. we don't need those upgrades over there, and we can just go and put points into our forest minion over there, and then double ascend the Skog for some extra damages going forward. So now the more poisoned an enemy is, we deal more damage to them, because that's just how Skog's ascensions work. So that's fantastic. We do have gold for the axe over there, which we don't really want to spend. And then we can go even more into this, get some levels from getting hurt, because we've got HP, that's fine. Get the mead for empty heart containers. So the thing is, because you get empty heart containers, I don't know if the emerald bracelet replaces them. I believe it was supposed to, but whether or not that actually happens could be a bug in the coding with regards to hearts. I do know there was still a bug, like if I pick up this mead and then remove it from my inventory, we will still get the upgrades to it. So we still get the heart containers and they never go away. So I'm not sure if that is something that they ever can fix, or how they would fix that, because it is quite a unique bug that they've got, where gaining hearts and then taking them away is difficult, and it can actually kill you if you're not careful either. So on characters like Tolkor, it's not really that much of a problem, but any other character that can use those heart containers, you could land up killing yourself if you do, you know, remove the heart containers using the Ogre's Blessing. So I think that's why they've kind of left it untouched, or just left the bug in the game where it doesn't remove the heart containers, because it's probably just a lot easier to leave that in there, and it doesn't really hurt your character too badly either. So it's not like it's a bad thing having too many heart containers. The only time it could be bad is if you wanted only green hearts and the red hearts just aren't being removed at all. But other than that, we do have the crystal heart, which will change all of your red heart containers into blue heart containers, so you do want to keep them for that, and then that increases the damage of the blue crystal in the long run. It's only when you are trying for blue for the green crystal damage to be increased to the maximum amount for the cooldown, not even for damage, which you shouldn't really need too much, and that's only really good on Amaranth and maybe missing if you get the right setup going. So I don't know, just personal opinion over there, to keep the bug in where it doesn't remove the hearts. Sounds like it's just a lot easier to keep in the way it should be. Alright. So I did do this previously, trying to use pea sprout, and you know what, I thought to myself, no, we're always using pea sprout. We have so many videos of Amaranth with it. We have so many videos with Missing having his pea sprouts, just, you know, being a better summoner than Amaranth, you know, with resets and all of that nonsense. So I thought, you know what, let's try using chili as well as this. So we got fire and poison, green and red all over the place. And we don't even have chilies just yet. We are only using Skog, and you can see just the damage that Skog doing is really, really good. But it is very slow in terms of, you know, being able to walk around freely. But in terms of damage, it is very, very good. We're not really worried about taking too much damage over here from anything, as long as we have Skog around us. So Skog really, really does deal a lot of damage, but it's just a personal preference in terms of where you want your character to go and what you want to do. Luckily, Amaranth is very, very strong, and all of the relics that Amaranth gets are very strong. The only one that isn't as good is Lignin, the Lignum Berry relic. I think they could do a little bit of a buff over there, but I think with the changes coming to the Yggdrasil tree in the future, you know, it is on the roadmap changes that did say that there would be Yggdrasil updates as well. Hopefully we can see some changes happening that will be very much well worth it. But I think we do need to now look at getting some damage to our Skog. I mean, not our Skog, to get some upgrades going for Chile. I don't think we're too worried about what they are, as long as we're getting some summons, and then just flat out over there. We did get a really good roll at the end there, so we are quite happy. If we did land up seeing a reset in the next shop, that would be quite cool, because we can reset Chile then, but we definitely don't need it for Skog or for just a Ragnarok 5 run. I don't think the reset is completely necessary. Just very fun to play, but necessary to beat the game? No, unfortunately not. Well, I say unfortunately, but it's actually fortunate that you don't need reset to beat the game. Alright. Although this is very hectic, we are getting hit a lot, so would be nice for this brazier to come back online. You can see how quickly it does get rid of the curse now as one of the changes, so that's fantastic. Grab the life over here. There is a chest over there for more of the mighty bow. Oh man, all these upgrades we're getting off mighty bow, we might as well put points into it, you know. But here comes the second boss fight already at 15 minutes. That's actually a really good time. So let's see how quickly we can kill him. Not a difficult boss fight, but we gotta just try and deal as much damage to him as quickly as possible without taking a lot of damage. Right, there we go. Next phase for the boss fight. Just stay back a bit, because that part is the dangerous part. That's the most dangerous move he has. The rest of them are relatively easy to dodge, like that one over there. You just got to move out the way. And bam, boom, dusted, dead. We are on a 16-minute time. So we do just want to grab that, That's also pretty good. We can reroll once and see what we get. Burning damage, that's fantastic. And there's nothing else really that we want over here. We do want to try and take as little damage as possible, because, you know, we do want as much happening from... we'll go for movement speed over here. We want as much to come from... I can't even remember what I was saying. We don't... What did we want? What was I saying? Okay, we ascended Chile over here with the second ascension for the damage. We don't need the pools of fire. And as you can see, there's a lot of green. Oh yeah, we went for the fire and the poison relics over there just to increase the damage of our Skog as well as our Chile. So good bars over there from the shop. That's what I was talking about. Sorry about that, guys. And then we are just going to keep going over here. Try and move as much as we can to get more upgrades. Shrines haven't been the greatest in terms of what they're giving us, so you know, we've kind of just been going with what we've been given, but they haven't been that grand. Luckily we didn't really get too many bad curses either. We got a bit of a healing over there, which is okay, it's not too bad. And we've got some what do we have? A bit of movement speed over here and there with some of them, so that's also not too bad. At least we do have like a very automated build as well. And I mean, things are fast in this mode anyway, so we're not too worried about that. But we can get some summons for Avi. We're really getting terrible upgrades over here from chests for most of our weapons, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We can grab the poison shroom over here as well. That's going to be bonus poison, so that's fantastic. Could have grabbed that a whole lot earlier as well, but it is what it is. And we're just trying to make it over there to our next shrine just to see what the next relic is. Maybe we can get another poison or fire relic going just for extra damages. But as you saw in the beginning, our tree is filled with poison and burn damage for this moment. And it looks like we've got a mirror, quite useless to us with Amaranth. We're not really worried about it. We don't have another shop except for ruins and chests, so we really don't need the extra money. We don't have a greed either, so we're not really too worried about that. We can go take a look at what the upgrades over here from this shrine is. Burning beads or purple beads, that's fine. We can grab that and just pop the ultimate over here so we can kill this bloody rat as quickly as possible. and grab one more projectile. That's gonna not really help us much anywhere, but we'll grab it anyway. And we're gonna just keep popping our ulti now every time we can, just because it looks like we do get overcrowded quite quickly on this map. Jotunheim, very, very, very strong map in terms of, you know, enemies HP. So we are quite happy that they did nerf the enemy HP on Ragnarok 4 and 5. Definitely makes a big difference, and you can feel just how dangerous this map is going to be on some characters. I think Thara and Halfgrim, if you don't pick up weapons from other characters like Axeldor's axes or Ace or something like that, you are going to struggle with clear, and you probably are going to land up taking a lot more damage than you necessarily want to. So you are going to have to be careful on certain characters, but it is possible on every character, and you just got to keep trying. So we will get there as well, but we will have a silly Saturday missing run tomorrow for everyone as well. Hopefully we can get a Thunder Armor run going. That is something to look forward to, or just something that we haven't done just yet. But I am very excited about the new character coming to the game. We haven't heard much about them. There's been no sneak peeks. There's been absolutely nothing, you know, for us to kind of be like, oh, maybe it's a character like this. But you know, we got to just kind of wait and see what's happening, and some very, very exciting things coming to the game in the future for us. But whew, this has been a really hectic match. Glad that we are finally at the final boss. We are on a 21-minute time right now. Unfortunately, this boss fight does take quite a bit of time because he does have phasing, so we're not going to be the top player, but we can surely do as well as we can and go from there. So at least Skog and all of them kind of deal a lot of damage to the boss because they kind of just run straight to him and focus on him. So just stand over there. Having all of these summons does make it quite difficult seeing where we have to go, or, you know, like dodging these fire, the projectiles that the boss has. It does make it quite difficult to see with all of the projectiles that we have on the screen. And then, you know, the boss is also firing projectiles at us quite often and things like that as well. So we just got to just be careful, try and keep an eye out on the boss as much as possible, try and see it. His, you know, telegraphed attack over here did get a nerf not too long ago. So it does make it a lot easier for us to dodge it, and that's going to make it slightly easier for us, but as you can see, still possible to take damage. But we did manage to do it pretty well timed, 22 minutes and 8 seconds, and we've unlocked all the difficulties now because we just finished it on Ragnarok 5. Fantastic. And again, 22 minutes, so not too bad in terms of timing, but our ulti dealing the most amount of DPS, but Skog being the MVP over there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.